When the Western Cape Police Commissioner, Thembisile Patekile, gave the latest provincial crime stats very recently, he also introduced a new strategy to take on the gangs, saying that there will be a focused gang strategy from police because gang-related murders in the Western Cape remain alarmingly high. Over 1,000 murders recorded between January and March this year, about 1 in 5 of those linked directly to gang violence. Most of the killings happening in areas like Delft, Mfuleni, Nyanga, Philippi East, Kraaifontein, and Francina. Professor Irvin Kinnes joins us now, an associate professor in criminology at UCT. Irvin, good afternoon. Thank you very much for your time.
Good afternoon, John. Good afternoon to your listeners.
You and I have been talking about what to do about gangs and gang violence, I think pretty much since CapeTalk started.
Yes, many, many years. Yes, it's absolutely true.
Yeah.
The only problem we have is that the people that's supposed to be listening never listens.
This is also true. But do you see anything to give you a glimmer of optimism in what Thembisile Patekile announced a couple of days ago?
The only thing that and this is just optics, that I could commend him for in this time, is he had the chairperson of the Provincial Police Board with him, which is the representative of all the community police forums. On the operational issues around gangs, I don't have hope that they're going to get it right this time. The only way that the police are going to get anywhere is to win back public confidence, is to do what KwaZulu-Natal's policing commissioner is doing, where you have several people that have been killed in mass shootings. Apparently all of them have been shooting at the police and all of them have been killed. I'm very worried that we're going to go that route in the Western Cape. It means the police, when they say they're going to take the gloves off, you're going to see a reaction from the community towards the police and from gangsters. Remember, the gangs that exist today are part of organized crime structures. And when police officers start to shoot at them, they're going to shoot back. And so I'm very, very worried. I do believe there were several police operations in the past, and let me name a few. Operation Gangbust, Operation Recoil, Saladin, Crackdown, Good Hope, Slasher. The only one that seemed to have made any difference was Operation Lancer and parts of Operation Slasher, and then Operation Combat, Operation Impy, which was cut short, and the leaders and of that particular operation was fired from the police, and the opposition to these operations are coming from within the police, which is it's a major problem. When are they going to learn to do this properly? And I do want to say that the weakest point of fighting gangs are the stations, the police stations. Our police station commissioners and their management teams ought to be held accountable far more strongly than they are at the moment. They are the basic unit of fighting crime in this country. And when they are not receptive to community demands and information that community bring them, then we have a major problem. And you cannot fight gangs, John, through the police alone. It's impossible.
But doesn't he deserve some credit for focusing to a fair degree on a whole of society approach, making exactly the same point that it's much more than simply a law enforcement issue, that it is about providing environments where there are more incentives to stay away from joining gangs and all of the assets that joining a gang gives you?
No, look, John, I agree that it's broader than just the police, and you do need a whole of society approach. The problem is, speaking about the whole of society, is that the police themselves are their own worst enemies. If you look at what they're doing to the community police forums at the moment, Elsis River Police Station, Mitchells Plain Police Station, I want to name these particular stations, Manenberg Police Station. The CPFs there have complained that the police want to decide who their leaders are in the CPF. Now, granted, where people have criminal records, they shouldn't be part of the police. But what the SAP should not be doing, and the Metro Police, is that they shouldn't be playing politics. They are not politicians. They're supposed to protect people nationally. And they've not been doing that to the best of their ability. And that is why the levels of public confidence and trust in the police is so low. You have to respect the people you're policing. The communities, because they're poor, they don't deserve disrespect. We are seeing disrespect on the part of the police. People complain about the police. And if the police were to work with the community and the goodwill, and really, John, I will give General Patekile all the praise if he works with the communities in a sustained fashion.
Because, one of the other things that he said is that they're taking an organized crime approach. They're going to target leadership structures. They want to dismantle and disable gang networks from the top down. And if I read into what you've been saying, he's not going to achieve that if he doesn't bring on board as genuine partners people in the communities where the gangs are operating.
Yeah, well, I do believe that if he follows that route, other police commissioners in this province have said exactly the same thing. This isn't new. And if you look at the latest book by David Africa called Lives on the Line, he takes his time unpacking the way that they broke the Pagad G-Force, which was really an underground structure that had fire power, that had several firearms and bombs that they were creating. It was intelligence and links with the communities and sources that they cultivated within the communities to work with them. That operation succeeded. It succeeded because there was goodwill on the part of a small group of police officers to be able to work with the intelligence that they were getting from the communities and to take it seriously. What we are really seeing here is infighting between the police themselves. And the gangs are capitalizing on this. When Judge Tulari makes his statement that the police are sitting at the high table of the commissioner, we've still not had a response to that from the provincial commissioner. And look, I'm not attacking the commissioner. I do think that he's tried his level best. We can't be doing the same thing of an operational approach through all the years and then not see the rewards for 5-year-old children that are being shot through the head in Mitchell's Plain. It's no wonder that the people of Mitchell's Plain have been making this demand for a commission of inquiry into gang violence. How many politicians are involved with these gangs? How many police officers are involved with these gangs? And why does it persist? Why are there so many firearms that it seems as if they've got more firearms than the police? So I do think we do need an inquiry. And I will support these calls from the Crime Crisis Coalition that the President institutes such a commission.
Yeah, I wonder if part of the reason why that request hasn't been acceded to is a sort of sense of embarrassment about what that Commission of Inquiry would reveal. I hope that's not the case. I would hope that there's a better reason for not doing it than nervousness about what it might uncover.
Well, I do think that it would uncover certain systems that are operating on the periphery of the city and in the city when it comes to the way the gang economy operates. I've attended some of the trials of some of these individuals that are in court at the moment, and I've done so with community people. You can't have a situation where there's 15, 16 people appearing in court and appear to want to take over the court. I think that the gang economy in its entirety must be looked at, and we have to find better partnerships with business, better partnerships with government, those that are willing to work very closely with the community. But you cannot have a situation where parts of government have abandoned some of the communities, because that's the sense, that there's abandonment of the provision of services. And so people take shortcuts.
Thank you very much for those thoughts, Professor Irvin Kinnes, Associate Professor of Criminology at UCT.